Hello, I'm Sarah Simi, and this is Pull Out. My magazine today is OK and High magazine, as ever. We love them. And this is July the 31st, 1976. And it's 10p. Headlines on the front cover are you a fruity beauty? Lovely. Are you faithful to your fella? If not, why not? And meet Roxy music, plus all the OK summer sounds. So that's good. It's a real summer issue. I'm going to dig straight into a quiz, actually, with this one. Now, it's kind of okay. Yeah, number 9. It's a real dodgy question. But anyway, let's start it. So the quiz is, are you a tease? So let's crack on. Number 1, a bloke you don't really fancy asks you out. Do you? Blush nervously and say no thank you. B, smile sweetly and say you're rather tied up at the moment. Or C, say, that'd be nice, give me a ring sometime. Number 2, you're on holiday when it comes to sunbathing. Do you? A, wear the briefest of bikini briefs. Wear a one piece and have a towel nearby to throw over your shoulders in case anyone talks to you. C, put on quite a decent bikini. They were rather odd options, weren't they? Number 3, sorry, we've gone from bikinis to this. I'm confused. You don't really believe in sex before marriage, and so when you and your boyfriend are having a cuddle, do you A, try and keep it affectionate rather than passionate? B, get him all steamed up and then break away at the last minute? C, avoid being alone with him? Number 4, you're out at the disco and a girl you vaguely know comes in with a fabulous guy. Do you admire him from afar? B, walk up to them with a flashing smile and ask to be introduced? Cheeky. Or C, hope that you'll discover that he's only her brother? Number 5, your boyfriend's mate tells you that he's mad about you. Do you A, tell him to go and jump in the lake? B, say thank you, kind sir? Or C, smile invitingly, tell him you're mad about him too? 6, you gave your man the push because you were bored with him, but then one day you see him with another girl. Do you say hello and walk on, ashamed that you felt a bit jealous? B, flirt outrageously with him. C, keep out of sight. 7, you've been out with a new bloke for the first time, and when you're saying goodnight, he gets rather fruity with you. Fruity. That's not being used as an expression for a long time. Do you A, slap his face? B, kiss him back, but stop anything else? C, lead him on a bit and make vague promises for the future? Number 8, a friend of yours has asked you to a party, and apparently there are going to be lots of tasty men, none of whom you've met. Do you? A, wear your sexiest, most revealing dress. Always a winner, I'd say. B, say you don't want to go. C, make yourself look as nice as possible and look forward to meeting new people. This is number 9. I felt a little bit sick when I read this one. 9, a dishy curb crawler. Yeah, honestly, it says curb crawler in inverted commas. A dishy curb crawler stops his car and asks you if you'd like a lift home. I mean, seriously? What do you do? I mean, only call the police should be an answer, but don't worry. A, say a polite no thank you. It's not worth the risk. B, stick your nose in the air and walk on quietly. Or C, jump straight in. It's just move swiftly on. Number 10, your boyfriend tells you that his parents are going away for the weekend. Do you A, give him a sexy look and a big kiss? B. Jump at the chance of being alone with him, feeling sure that you'll be able to keep things under control. Or C. Make sure you don't spend any time at his house until his parents come back. Firm answer there with number C. Well, I think we've learned a lot there, haven't we? About the 70s. Also in here, this is just a hotline, news, views and happenings. This is just so weird. It's titled Flower Power. We wonder how many of you know what you mean when you're saying it with flowers, or that flowers don't always mean nice, happy, romantic things. Okay. For though red carnations mean I must see you soon, bluebells imply you're loyal. I think I'm really pleased to find this out. While marigolds tell your boy he's got no reason to be jealous. Other flowers aren't quite so okay. Oh, God. Give your guy a white rose, and that means that you don't love him. Or you could just... Or lavender, which means you only want to be his friend. It's an excellent idea. Better than having to spell it out, as long as he knows exactly what they mean too. I'm just going to say, don't think he is going to know what that means. Don't give anyone lavender or white rose today. I'm cracking on with some problems. I don't know why. These are popping up much earlier in this magazine. Excellent. So, let's crack on with problems. Do I love him? Please can you tell me whether or not I still love my boyfriend? I've been going out with him for 3 years and I'd hate the thought of getting engaged to someone I didn't like. That's from a David Essex fan in Kent. That's an odd question. You know what the question is. I don't know if Pat's answering. No, don't know who's answering. I don't even really understand the question, but the answer is, we wish we could help you, but honestly, we don't think we can tell whether or not you love your boyfriend. Oh, no. Love is something that you have to decide for yourself by experiencing it happening, or by asking yourself simple questions like, is my life better with him, or would I be happier without him? If you ask yourself those kind of questions, and if you still aren't sure, then you might try a trial separation and see if that makes your mind up for you. But we couldn't, in all honesty, make a decision on your behalf and say, yes, marry him. No, don't. Only know. Well, only you know your true feelings on the subject. As good as that. This one is titled, I was rather drawn by the title, I'm Not a Slut. I'm nearly 17, and although I've never had a steady boyfriend, I often think of the future and when I get married. Premarital sex is against my religion and all I believe to be right. But people have said to me that I will forget my standards and end up sleeping with my boyfriend when I meet someone I love. One friend told me she felt the same until she met her present boyfriend with whom she now sleeps. And I've been told that very few girls are virgins when they marry. I don't know who she's been told that by. Now I'm worried about getting involved with a boy in case I end up as a slut, like that girl I just mentioned. I'm afraid I'll never be able to fall in love, even though I want to. Oh, and that's from a worried virgin in Exeter. The answer is, sleeping with your boyfriend before you are married does not necessarily mean that you will end up becoming a slut. Good to know. Extramarital sex of a sexual relationship outside marriage is not necessarily wrong. Many people believe that sleeping with lots of different boys, few or none of whom they love, is wrong, but that once Mr. Right comes along, a sexual relationship, provided that it is responsible and mature, is not necessarily wrong. We do think it can be a mistake to hold hard and fast views without taking all the factors into account. And we think you might be being a bit nasty by describing your friend as a slut. Yeah, I think she is a bit, to be honest. She is possibly a very responsible girl who happens to have fallen in love. Just because she is sleeping with a boy with whom she has fallen in love with, it doesn't mean to say that you will behave that way. People's morals are very personal and individual. And, and it's difficult and sometimes mistaken to say, I think that is wrong. Therefore, it is wrong for everyone. It's like a convoluted answer. This one is, I'm puzzled. I started to go out, this is a bit sad. I started to go out with my boyfriend during the Easter holidays when we were away on holiday with the school. But ever since we came back, he hasn't taken the slightest bit of notice of me. Oh, we really had something great going for us when we were away. He even kissed me in front of another girl. Saucy. Problem is, oh dear. Problem is that he is a couple of years older than me, and my father is the headmaster of our school, which didn't really seem to matter to him then. Oh, I'm really puzzled, and I don't know what to do, and that's frustrated in Warwick's. The answer is, we think that the magic words in your letter are possibly the key to your whole problem, dear. When you said that your father is the headmaster of your school, any boy is going to be sensitive with going out with the headmaster's daughter, because apart from anything else, he's going to be teased, which will make life difficult for him. Well, screw him, I think is my answer. We don't think your boyfriend has lost his affection for you. It's just that he probably finds it far too difficult to continue a friendly relationship under the present circumstances. Things might change when this boy leaves school and you're a little bit older, and when the same pressures won't be on either of you, certainly not on him. So just give it time. I think she said to give up, really, isn't she? This one is help. It's just help. I've been going out with Stuart for over 2 years now, and my problem is that really we've overdone things by seeing each other too often. He says that when we both start work, he'll be going out with his mates for most of the time. Oh, say it like it is. Even going on holiday with them. The girls who work where I shall be going when I start work go out with their boyfriends, so I'll be stuck in. Also, I can't stand the thought of him seeing other girls. Neither of us have two-timed the other yet. I like the word yet. That means soon. Neither of us have two-timed the other yet. He has said he loves me, and I think the world of him. Some people say that you should go out and have a good time before you settle down. But I'd be satisfied just to have Stuart. Please help. Ooh, I'd be satisfied just to have Stuart. That's from an OK reader in Lancashire. The answer is, leaving school and starting work is one very big step in the lives of us all. Lots of things change: the daily routine, the people you meet, the things that you do, the money that you have to spend. But the most important thing of all that changes is that you stop being school kids and start being grown-ups. So you've got to recognize the fact that you're both changing a bit and you both have different needs as far as your social life goes. The thing to do is to talk to one another about what those needs are, to try to understand what you both want from life and from your relationship with one another. Maybe a more casual relationship with both of you seeing different people. Oh, that escalated a bit quickly. Okay. Is what you need in the immediate future while you settle down to your new jobs and the new experiences you will be facing. Oh. Oh, there we are. There are some lovely problems. I know that I'm just going to be satisfied to have Stuart. And I moved on to an interview that was actually flagged up on the front, which is the OK Rock interview, which is an interview with Roxy Music. And it's fairly dull interview with Roxy Music. It starts, Roxy Music are a truly incredible and dynamic band. They burst into the music scene a few years ago as an unknown group. And since then, they have been hardly out of the charts with their own particular distinctive brand of music. it goes on to, yeah, it's a fairly ordinary interview about them touring, stuff like that. But there's just one bit towards the end where I felt like I'd suddenly taken acid or something, because it's just like, well, this has gone in a direction I wasn't ready for. So, yeah, dull interview. And then it just says, before I left, Andy insisted on showing me the litter of kittens that had been born to his cat. I'm glad the kittens were born to a cat, not a dog. Yeah, this pretty one is called Diamond Head. It's named after Phil's solo album, which in turn was named after a mountain peak in Hawaii, where Phil lived as a small child. I told you it was weird. I was informed as Diamond Leg began crawling up my trouser leg. And the closeness of naming kittens after things connected with other members of the band is indicative of Roxy's closeness and friendship. Though we do lots of solo work and don't see as much of each other as we did when we first started, we are very much together. What was the deal about the kittens? I'm very, very confused about that introduction of kitten talk. Oh dear. I've moved on to some beauty, which has got some lovely 70s illustrations as ever. No photographs. We'll have no photographs here. Not when you can have a very simple illustration. This is the OK Beauty box. It's everything you need to know about being beautiful the OK way. And it's titled, Can You Bear Your Back? Number one, lots of girls suffer from spotty backs. It makes summer awkward with bikinis and backless tops to tempt you. Don't worry, here are some tips for cheating. Why would you be cheating? And improving the condition of your skin. Worry encourages spots too, so don't get uptight about them. It won't help to clear them up. Excellent advice. Number two, when you're in the bath, wash your back with a medicated soap. If you can't reach it properly, ask your mum to give it a thorough wash for you, or use a long-handled back scrubber, presumably if your mother is not available. Three, dry skin well. Dab spots with antiseptic lotion. 4, cover skin with a fake tan or tanning gel, like Coty Sun Shimmer 80p. It always makes skin look prettier. Cover spots with Max Factor Erase 58p. Comes in several shades. But remember to choose the shade closest to your natural skin tone. 5, I'm going to just say this now. How the hell are you going to do this? If putting makeup on your back, remember you must remove it as well as you do when cleaning your face. I think you might need help with that. Number 6, get as much sun as you can on your back. Sunbathe a lot. Nice. As it clears spots and gives you a super tan. If the condition does not improve, visit your doctor for advice. Good luck. There's more than I ever thought I'd need to know about my back. On the next page is OK, It's All Yours, which are the swaps and various odd little messages, which obviously have secret meaning. The swap shop today is, I have 2 BCR, Bay City Rollers, LPs, Rolling and Once Upon a Star, and a tartan scarf. Oh, that's from Catherine Binns, 170 Towngate, Ossett, West Yorks. We'll consider any swaps. She's obviously gone off the Bay City Rollers, isn't she? Next one is Have to Swap. Have to Swap. Osmond LPs, singles, pics, info, badges, scarves, all in VGC. Would exchange for Beatles LPs, singles, pics, info, badges, etc. Contact Sarah Wright, 50 Church Street, Cleveland. So she's obviously moved on from the Osmonds to the Beatles. Fair enough. This is your messages. This is calling Bernard of London. Big place. Hi, Bernard of London. How can I say it's not narrowing it down much, is it? But there weren't so many people in London then. Hi, Bernard of London. Read your letter in OK. You sound like my kind of guy. Please write to Cathy Alexander, Newton Manor, Swanage, Dorset. It's cryptic, wasn't it? This one worried me. 2M from your bugs, which I'm assuming is like a cutie name. 2M, thanks for being, yeah, this is a worry. 2M, thanks for being so understanding about the relationship between Mum and I. Ooh, that raises questions, doesn't it? Nobody could ever love you as much as I do. Okay. All my love, much more, your bugs. And this one, finally, the messages is David, I love you. David, I just want to tell you how much I love you and thanks a lot for the greatest night of my life. I'll never forget it. I hope our love will last forever. I think it will. That sounds more like a threat. Yours forever, Tracy. Well, David's good in bed, really. Greatest night of our life. Good for Tracy. I've moved on to Sally's Super Guys, where Sally lusts over men. And I thought this was rather, especially as the Olympics are coming up, this is actually about the Olympics that was in 1976. And there's a fabulous picture there of David Wilkie, who was a swimmer. He's obviously completely bare-chested, but I suppose that's fair enough as he's a swimmer, rather than gratuitously. Mm-hmm. This is what Sally says. She's David's a dish, okay. Hello, how are you this week? Oh, okay. I don't know about you, but I'm getting quite involved in the Olympics. My favourite event is swimming, and it's something I love to do after a hard day at work. That's half the reason why we've got this super special colour picky of the dishy David Wilkie. Isn't he lovely? David's our strong hope of a gold medal in the men's 100 metres and 200 metres breaststroke. And I really hope he does well. He's been swimming since he was 11, but the training facilities in this country were so disheartening. David is attending the University of Miami in California on an athletics scholarship. David's 22. He's tall and lean, moustached. It's always nice to find out someone is moustached. He's moustached and a super splash super guy. If you want to watch out for him in the Olympics, he'll be easy. He'll be easy to spot because David's always wearing a swimming cap. Just the swimming cap, or who knows? Here's wishing him lots of okay luck. Let's love Sally. She's actually written her name and put kisses at the bottom. So she really is up for a bit of David Wilkie love. Here we are. This I moved on to Rick's Rock Report, which is gossip about singers and bands. But I couldn't believe the title of this, so I've picked it out. The title of this little bit is Booby Traps, which is okay, but it's about boobs. Yeah, they've titled it Booby Traps. Booby Traps. When I spoke to the girls and guys from New Edition, they were a dance group, in case you don't know, near their BBC rehearsal studios the other day. The girls all insisted on telling me about how often their boobs fall out. while doing those strenuous dance routines. Oh dear. All except Bonnie, that is, who was lamenting her bust size of 29 inches and blaming it on the ballet exercises she had to do when she was a kid. When I was younger, I couldn't wait for my boobs to get larger. But they never did. You see, ballet tends to develop small muscles, and I was determined to carry on with my lessons. Still, I've got a sneaky feeling the other girls only dance so enthusiastically because they're trying to get their sizes down too. What a pity. What a weird article. There's a picture. There's a picture of New Edition. Obviously about to start some kind of dance routine, and none of their boobs are showing. I confirm. What a weird article. Why did you call it booby traps? The 70s. I'm on to the last problem page. Hurrah! This is, I don't know if Pat. Oh, Pat's answering. Good old Pat. We love her no-nonsense approach to problems. Now, this one, can I say that I think it's probably very important to know this, particularly know the difference, particularly if you are going to have a vasectomy. Question is, could you tell me what the difference is between castration and vasectomy? I think it's probably quite important to know the difference. I've often heard these words used, but I'm not sure what they really mean. Oh, isn't that sweet? Anyway, well, I'm hoping that you probably know the answer to this, but Pat's going to give it to us. Castration is the surgical removal of the male sex glands or testicles. As the hormones which actually make males male are found in these sex glands, their removal means that the man or male animal which is castrated will lose his masculine characteristics. Needless to say, such operations are rarely, if ever, carried out on human beings, although male animals may be castrated, she says, throwing that in. A vasectomy is an operation which leaves the man's testicles intact, but does sever the tube which carries the male seeds. Oh, Jesus, we're back to seeds. We're back to Monty Don. Gardener's question time. Stop with the seeds. Male seeds, the penis, so that the man can still have a normal sex life and remain masculine in every way. But he cannot father any more children. Okay? I think Pat said that like it was. No nonsense. No nonsense, Pat. This one, oh God. I apologise in advance for this one, but I just had to read it out. Please help me. I've had several boyfriends, but I haven't seemed to enjoy going out with any of them. I find more pleasure in having a night out with my girlfriends. I like their company more, and I find dancing with them more pleasant. As my brother is a homosexual, is it possible that it could run in the family? Oh, sweet. I'm very worried and frightened about this as my parents, cannot find it in themselves. They cannot find it in themselves to accept my brother. That's very sad, although I do like the fact that she thinks it runs in the family. Pat says, I'm worried about Pat's answer, but it should be okay. A lot of my answer will depend on how old you are and how mature you are for your age, which unfortunately you haven't mentioned in your letter. However, most people think that homosexuality is not something that one is, is not something that one is born with, but rather a way in which people react to the way in which they've been brought up. Or react to their experience of the world. So if your brother is homosexual, it doesn't automatically follow that you will be too. Lots of girls find that they prefer the company of people of their own sex. They have more in common with other girls and find it easier to talk to them and have a bit of a giggle. I don't think that's what she's talking about. So don't worry about that. But if you really are worried about your feelings, why don't you contact CHE, Campaign for Homosexual Equality? They may have a branch near you. You'll find it in the phone book. Good. Or write to their head office, 22 Great Mill Street, London W1, for a list of branches. They will be very sympathetic and helpful, whether you are homosexual or not. Oh, it's making me feel a bit sad. Particularly that you had to write to an anonymous office in London. This one is, yeah. I'm going to stick my neck out and say I think they should have known the answer to this question. But, education being what it was in the 70s. My friend and I would like to know whether milk comes out of a woman's breasts or not. Oh, that's really what it says. We've wondered about this for a year or two. I'm 18 and my friend is 15. I really think you should know the answer. I've got a feeling Pat's going to be a bit sarky. Let's see. When a woman becomes pregnant, her body undergoes all sorts of changes preparing her for motherhood. At the end of her pregnancy, the hormones, or messengers, that's in inverted commas, of her body realise that very soon there will be a baby to feed. And then her breasts begin making milk. When a baby is born, or sometimes just before, her breasts produce a substance called colostrum, which is similar to milk. Then, of course, she's really getting into it, Pat. Then, a day or two after the birth, proper milk comes through, and she can, if she wishes, breastfeed her baby. She wishes. Otherwise, leave the baby somewhere. If she wishes. If she decides not to breastfeed, the milk will dry up within a few days, and her breasts will go back to a normal size. A woman can only produce milk from her breasts after pregnancy, though. Oh, dear. Yeah. Really not much biology went on in that school. Biology teacher was rather absent. Oh, dear. This made me laugh just because Pat's been so sarky. She's gone all sarky. My boyfriend and I have just had sexual intercourse together. What, right now? Just now? Hello? Did she stop? Pen it in the letter. My boyfriend and I have just had sexual intercourse together, and we now find ourselves in bed quite frequently. But we are very worried that our parents may find out. Please give us some advice before this situation becomes permanent. Because she doesn't make it sound like much fun, does she? It's a permanent situation. Sexual intercourse. Yeah, so Pat's been a bit sarky. I'm not sure what information or advice you're really asking from me. but if it is some sort of way of stopping yourselves from having sex, that's something only you and your boyfriend can do. Pat could just pop round and knock on the door at inopportune moments. That might help. You can make things more easy for yourselves by not placing yourselves in any situation where it is easy for you to have sex, like staying at home when your parents go out. But if you're caught up in a sexual relationship that you find difficult to stop, then my advice is that you get reliable contraceptive supplies from either your doctor or your local family planning association clinic now. Pat always likes to get that in. Well, we've reached the end. The ad on the back is, we've had this one before, it's the Harmony hair colour. A lovely girl with lovely chestnut coloured hair. You just shampoo it in and it enhances the colour of your hair as well as shampoo and conditioning. Pick one of the 14 subtle shades that's close to your own and see how beautiful it's Harmony when your hair needs a little lift. Ah, excellent. Well, I enjoyed that very much. So that was OK and High Magazine, July the 31st, 1976. I'll see you next time.